So, you fucked up. Now what? Hello, and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 214. It is the fourth day of the week, aka the workout. I am on the way to the gym right now. I'm feeling great. I got 2 days off in a row, which was nice, but not necessarily because I wanted to. One was normal, the other one was forced because the gym was closed. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. So this is a two-parter from part 2 from yesterday. Yesterday was the sign, and today it's the other half of that, aka you saw the sign, but you chose to ignore it. You fucked up. You fucked up somehow, somewhere. Now, the reason why this even spawned off in the first place is because last video, when thinking about the sign, I realized that, oh my God, there are people who will just look at it and not realize that they're getting the sign. And it's not even necessarily just like a sign from above in a desperation situation, but more so signs of things that have been happening ever since. And you can look at it from relationships, or the food that you eat, or the habits that you create, or the way you treat people. All of these things can kind of meld together into creating some signs for you that things aren't right. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, shit, maybe they're right. But you just say fuck it. You ignore the signs. So this entire idea of today's video is just, why are you ignoring the signs? Exploring the idea of what are some of the signs that could be slapping you in the face depending on what's happening. And then there are other ones, like for example, the seeing of it and willingly choosing to ignore the signs that are in front of you. And the assumption that most likely the things that are happening to you are probably your own doing, realistically. But this isn't always the case. There are some people, before I get into any examples of people getting blinded by other things in order for them to not see the signs, there is a modicum of being nice to these people I kind of have to give, because everybody, I feel like, has their blind spots. To think that they don't have their own blind spots, things that they just don't see, things that they don't realize, things that they don't make the connection to, is asinine of myself or anybody else. It just happens. These things are the way that they are. There's nothing you can really do about it, because you can be all knowing about yourself, but to truly be in a state of where you know yourself 100% in, 100% out, with absolutely no blind spots, that is a whole other level of self-knowledge / probably something along the lines of nirvana and or total enlightenment that I don't think many people have ever reached. I feel like it's a very, 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 very seldom amount of people in the universe that have probably ever actually gotten to 100% self-knowledge. No matter how much knowledge of yourself and how the brain works and how your reactions to things will be, I don't think you are immune to the blind spot. So I'm going to give that benefit of the doubt to people who see the sign and ignore it, or see the sign and choose to not accept it. I'm going to give that, because there are some people who's had issues, to put it lightly, to where the signs are there for, they should probably put themselves in a better situation, or they should stop eating this or do that, but they have so much baggage that they can't realize it. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt on that, in the sense that there is a chance that they just do not see it. But the rest of this video is going to be more about the people that do see it, but they rationalize it in asinine ways. When you're blind to it, there is a level of acceptance where it's like, oh, they just don't see it. There's just some type of veil over their eyes, or blind spot, like I said. There's some level of forgiveness that you can give to that person. It's those who willfully decide to not listen, who scramble and try to manipulate it into making it so there's reasons for it. But in reality, these reasons are circular, idiotic, dumbfounded, based off of nothing, bluntly bullshit. All of these things that could be very much easily toppled on its head. Those are the types of people I want to focus on in this video, because sometimes the universe is telling you something and you kind of have to listen, because if you don't listen, you are gonna fuck yourself so hard. And it's not even like you can fuck yourself for your lifetime, but you could be fucking generations of lifetimes because you are being willfully ignorant to the things that are happening in front of you. All right, and I know that sounds a little bit hyperbolic, but it's true, because if you look at people that are idiot parents and then they pass down the idiocy to their kids, they just continue the cycle. So there you go. And then until one cycle of children either breaks it with not having kids or breaks it by realizing what was going on and tries to stop the lunacy, it's just going to keep going, and the can will be kicked down forever until one of those two options happen. Or yeah, that's really it. There's no real stopping it. It's either no kids or continuing the cycle. There is the third one where you have kids but they end up going, but that's just nobody wishes that upon anybody at all. That's just terrible. But when we get inside, we'll talk more about these things. Maybe I'll make an episode entirely about red flags, but I will touch upon them here, because this is sort of a red flag looking like episode, but it's not necessarily just red flags. There's a lot of other things too. All right. So with that being said, I'll see you on the inside.
So I started this day off with paused squats, which were pretty good. But anyways, back to the main subject matter here. You saw the sign and you didn't take it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You saw the obvious things. You saw the way that people treated you. You saw these things. And you decided, hey, it's not that bad. It could be worse. I think the biggest cope of them all is it could be worse. I think that is the main one. Yes, everything could be worse. That's not an excuse to do something or to continue going on or ignore signs of stopping something. I think that is the ultimate cope and or idea of choosing to not see the signs. It's like you come up with these self-made ideas that you're gonna just magically turn it around and or be ignorant to it, which there is a slight almost like okayness to the idea of being ignorant to it, because then you're just kind of, it's almost an excuse because of your stupidity, but also at the same time can't really do that, because sometimes there's less excuses every single day as we progress through society, and information is right literally at everyone's fingertips. It is becoming to the point where if you are ignorant about something because you just decided not to Google something, it is your own damn fault when things happen. To pump my brakes a little bit, I will say this: there are people that are blinded whenever they get the sign and they just don't realize it. There are things like love, lust, the not wanting to feel lonely, things like that can blind them completely. And those I can understand. I think there are things that people will do and or say that will make them miss certain things in their life to where they'll be like, oh, yeah, I totally didn't see that because I just wanted X or Y or Z. Hell, it could be even the fact that you're too hungry. You can't keep rationalizing away these types of, because if you do keep doing that, you're just gonna keep the cycle going and keep the cycle going until something breaks it. And it's usually something either catastrophic or something life-altering. One of the two things. It's never really anything simple. It's never as simple as, oh yeah, I looked at myself in the mirror. It's usually something along the lines of, oh yeah, the doctor said you have type 2 diabetes, you're gonna die in 6 months, good luck, homie. You know, there are things like that where, oh, but what is it, I can't eat anything I want from Cheesecake Factory? Yeah, no, you've seen the consequences of this now. You've reached the end point. You saw the things that were coming on the road. You saw all the exit markers coming into view, and you ignored them all, and you drove off the end of the road, and now you're fucked. And I wanted to be a little bit more cynical about this than the last episode, because I feel like this is something that happens quite frequently with people, and I wouldn't say it's annoying, but more so along the lines of, wake up to it.
you can see a lot of this stuff happening in your life. You don't have to go that far to see, oh, this thing isn't good for me. Maybe I should stop doing it. And for some reason, that is just so hard for people to like connect to themselves. It's like such a disconnect between thing A and thing B. It is so insane to me that they'll decide to do anything like this. And now I'm going to say there are things that are blind people, but still, think about it objectively. Say it out loud. If it sounds fucked up when you say it out loud, then it might be fucked up. Oh, she doesn't hit me that much. Oh, he only verbally abuses me sometimes. Like, just think about it. Just think about it.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercise is not filmed. None. Exercise is skipped. Well, technically, none. I got everything that I would want to have gotten in. I'm on my way home. I am ultra tired. It's been a while since I had a leg day like that. Or it's been a while since I had a lower body day like that. So right now, I am already feeling it. Tomorrow is going to be great. So is Saturday. So that'll be fun. But anyways, back to the main subject matter. The sign, and you didn't take it, you fucking idiot. The reason why I wanted to talk about this particularly, the other side of it, was because I feel like a lot of the times people do kind of ignore the sign and or the thing that's telling them something that they should listen to, but for some reason, some way, somehow, they just kind of ignore it. And it's interesting to me because it is something that happens quite a bit. You know, hindsight is 2020. So then you just think about certain aspects or certain scenarios in which case you're like, oh yeah, this shit was this. Oh yeah, they were treating me like this. Oh yeah, this did make me feel like this. You know, there's so many of those things that happen. I guess the entire point of it is just trying to be like a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Maybe understand that the sign might already be there, the one that you're looking for, but you don't even realize it. Whenever the last episode I was talking about the idea of the desperation of the sign, you know, how like we get to that point where we're like, just give me a sign, you know? But most of the time, or at least a good chunk of the time, the sign is already there, we just refuse to see it. You know, it's so under our nose that we just don't want to look at it. It's just like the idea that you're looking at your nose at all times, but your brain just blots out the part of your nose that you're seeing all the time because it's useless information. So you'll see that. But the thing is, it's not necessarily useless information, you know, the sign that's there to tell you to stop or change whatever you're doing. So you got to be careful about that. It's interesting to me that there are people who will be willfully ignorant to signs from the universe or anything like that, just to tell them, hey, you should probably stop doing this and just continue to keep grinding it out until, you know, whatever takes them out. It's kind of like the two family members that end up smoking for the rest of their lives and one dies of lung cancer but the other one keeps smoking afterwards. It's kind of like, maybe one thing led to the other, right? But you know, some people just do not give a fuck, and sometimes it really doesn't affect them, but sometimes it does affect them, and you could be that one. Don't think you're the exception to the rule. Check it out, see what's going on, and pay attention to what's happening. Maybe there's already a sign right in front of you, and you need to take it. Maybe realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this. Hey, maybe I should stop eating this. Hey, maybe I should start doing this. You know, all of those things. Maybe I should leave this person. Maybe I should get with this other person. Maybe I should give this person a shot. You know, all these things that could be happening. I'd highly recommend just looking in front of you and making sure you're not missing anything. You know, you could be right under your nose what you've been looking for the entire time. You never even know. But with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this. This is a interesting one. It's the other side of the same coin. I'm trying to keep all of the two-parters, or at least like a second perspective ones, together as close as humanly possible, unless there's something like dreams or something along those lines there, or synchronicity. But those are a little bit more of an ongoing series that will just continue to happen. But anyways, tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thanks again for watching. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. I will see see you in the next one. Keep it heavy. Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there. I will see you in the next one. Peace!